Hey there, thanks for stopping by to color. Today I thought it'd be fun to use this Neat and Tangled holiday baking set to make a Christmas tag. So I have stamped a few images on some Neenah 80-pound solar white cardstock with Memento Tuxedo black ink. So let's color. So I'm going to start with E33, 31, and 50. And let's go up here and we'll start with our pie. I'm going to do all the brown things the first time. And let's go ahead and do the spoons too. And then let's go ahead and add E31. I think I'll go with a second coat, so let's do E33 again. Then we're going to take the E50 and I'm going to color in the batter. Nothing fancy. Let's do some red next. So for that, we're going to use R30, 29, and 24. And let's start with R29. I'm going to do the bottom of my pipe tin. And I think I'll do the rim of my bowl. And then we'll fill it in with the R24. Next, let's do the bottom of the bowl. For that, we're going to use Y19 and 15. And for our bear, we're going to use V20, W2, 1, 0, and then R20. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my V20. Now I'm going to add W2. Then we'll add W1. And then I'm going to give it a second coat. Oh, nope, sorry. W0. I forgot I had one more. Okay, but we're still going to give it a second coat. So V20. W2. W1. And then we'll go over all that with our W0. And I'm going to fill in his nose. And then we'll add a little R20 in his ear. And I'm going to soften that with my W0. Okay, so I got everything cut out, so I'm going to, so for my little pieces I use the companion die that you can get to go with your holiday baking for the Neat and Tangled kit. And then for my little tag here, I'm going to use Blueprints 29, and then, or for my little sentiment strip. And then for the tag itself, I decided to make a shaker card. I used La La Land Crayon stitch tags and then a stitch rectangle to cut out the center. So let's go ahead, and I've decided that I'm going to distress this one, but let's go ahead and, so this can dry, let's attach this, the acetate to the back of this real quick. And then I got a little bit of the corners poking out, so I'm going to go ahead and just snip these off. And then I want to, since it's going to be popped up, I'm going to use this tag here. So I want to cut it, off. So let's have it dry on this side first. And this will help reinforce it when I put the ribbon on so that it doesn't rip it. And then I got a little bit of my tape still up here, so I'm going to take this anti-static tool and just go along the edges here so I make sure it's not sticky, just to unstick the glue. Okay. All right, we're gonna let that little tag over here dry, and let's go ahead and work on this. So for this, I'm going to distress it with some distress inks. So let's go ahead and use, let's see. Let's use Tumbled Glass, Peacock Feathers, and Broken China. And I'm going to start with the lightest, which is going to be Tumbled Glass. And I keep mine on the bottom of the ink, so I know where to find the little pad. And I better move that tag out of the way because I can see me getting ink on that. And I'm just going to start by down here at the bottom because it's going to be the darkest. And I'm just going to work my way up to the top of my tag. And the tag only goes, opening only goes to like up in here, so you don't have to go all the way up. Okay, let's start with that, and then let's add peacock feathers. And again, I'm going to start down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to add broken china. And then I'm going to go back over it with my tumbled glass. Oops, I got a fingerprint on there. I took away this little spot that was right here that I mushed a little too hard. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to spritz it with some water. And I'm going to dab it with a paper towel. So we get some fun splatters on there. Okay, so our little tag here is going to be dry, so let's go ahead and cut this off. Oops, being persnickety. And I'm going to stick it on the back of this one. And you could distress the back too if you wanted, but I'm going to leave mine white. Oops, turn it around. And then we'll let that little part dry, and then I'll clip the end there at the top that's sticking off. So for this, I'm going to put a bunch of sticky tape on there. So I'm going to do that. All right, so through the magic of photo editing, I have put the sticky stuff on the back. So let's add a little bit of this on the inside. I'm going to just go around my tape so that nothing gets stuck to it. Up here and around the outside. Because I didn't cut it straight. I'm a crazy cutter. And then we're going to add some stuff. So I've got some of this shaved ice. I'm going to dump that in there. Actually, I think I'm going to take the sticky stuff off first. That way I don't risk pulling on it and dumping stuff everywhere, because I know that would happen to me. Okay, let me blow this off. It's got a little bit of stuff in there. So now I'm going to add some glitter stuff here. And how about some sparkly stars? And these are not Doodlebug stars. I just use this empty container for that. And then I got some of these iridescent sequins. Let's put that in there. Whoa, that was a bunch. I don't think I'm going to need that many. Be a little careful holding the bag. Uh-oh. Getting sequins and stuff stuck to my stuff over here. That's not good. Okay, let's call that good for sequins. And then I'm also going to put my little, these little pieces in here. I'm just going to flip them over so that they're pointed towards the acetate. Forgot what it was called there for a minute. Kind of put them at the bottom here. And then I'm going to trim the top of my tag. And we're going to stick this blue side down onto our little tag bottom here. Oops, I have a little corner showing right there. Let's cut that off real quick before I get it to there. Right, and mush this down, and then I'm going to attach this little guy right here. So let's put some tape runner on him. And since it's going to be a tag, I'm going to okay with him kind of hanging off with his fanny off the side. And that leaves us with our little sentiment here. So let's use, I'm going to use the Sweet Wishes sentiment because it'll fit perfect on here. And I'm going to emboss it, so let's add some of this anti-static powder tool. And then I'm going to stamp it with some VersaMark. And mine looks gross, so don't mind that. And I'll stamp it on here. It's stuck. Whoops. Okay, and then I'm going to use some Nuvo Classic gold embossing powder, and I'm going to pick this up with my, hopefully, with my tweezers here. Well, let's slide it over here to the side. Okay, so we're picking up with our tweezers. I'm trying not to touch it, because when you touch it, then you get oil from your hand on it, and it makes the embossing powder stick there. So there we've got our stuff on there, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe just a couple little spots there. And then we're going to heat with our heat tool. We'll warm it up a little bit. Okay, there, now we'll heat our heat tool. Okay, so I'm going to have to take a little break because this Ranger heat tool does not do very good for mashing that. So I'm going to go take a quick break and emboss it. All right, so I went and embossed it with my regular heat tool. I know better than to use this Ranger one. What is this thing? Yeah, Ranger heated tool. It's great for Bible journaling, but it does not work for heat embossing things. Maybe I got a faulty one. I'm not sure, but I don't use it for that because it does not emboss things very well. Okay, like so. And then we're going to use some of this ribbon. I found some pretty yellow ribbon that would match my bowl here. Let's trim these a little bit. Oops. And I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to thread this through like so. And then I'm just going to tie it in a knot up here towards the top so the girls have a place to hang it over a Christmas tree branch. And I'll pull it tight. And there you've got it attached. And then when they shake it, they've got some stuff on here. So they've got their little bowl, and then that little spoon is in there. And I think I maybe will hang this on one of their packages. And then when they open their package, they'll have this little ornament to hang on the tree. So I hope you had fun making a tag with me today. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I would love that. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.